All right. Hello, I go by Jay, and I'm gonna start up a new series right now of me just reviewing the different areas that I've been to in different cities that I've been to while traveling. Just to start off a little bit of about myself is I'm a travel X-ray tech, which basically means that I travel to different states and whatnot, kind of like a travel nurse, and I take X-rays there. The way it works is I have a travel agency and I'm technically a W 2 employee. And the travel agency will set me up with jobs based on a job board that the travel agency offers. So just like Indeed, you have a bunch of jobs and you apply, the travel agencies have a bunch of jobs and you apply to whichever job that you want. And now, once you apply to a job, assuming that they select you, they'll give you a call and then they'll do a phone interview. And after the phone interview, they'll decide whether or not they're gonna actually let you on board or they're gonna keep looking for somebody else. Most times, if they get to the phone interview part, they're gonna bring you on board. Most times, I think I've only had like one situation where they called me and they didn't actually let me on board, and it was because at the time I didn't have a lot of OR experience. Which reminds me, that's actually a big thing. A big thing is they want you to have OR experience while you're traveling. There's a lot of places that have trauma one hospitals, and if you lack OR experience and if you lack trauma one experience, they're not going to want you. And that's a big issue for people who are just starting X-ray and you want to get into travel. You got to make sure you have OR and make sure you have trauma underneath your belt. And anyway, so because of this job, I end up traveling around the country to wherever. So far, I've been to New York, I've been to Texas, I've been to Arizona, and now I've been to Missouri. And I don't know if I ever want to go to all 50 states. I'm just not sure if I have enough interest to see all 50 states like that. But in the process of traveling, I get time off and I'll get a week off here and there. So then I use that time to go to different cities and just see how each city is. So for today, we're going to run the first city. All right. The first city that I'm going to go with is Scottsdale. All right. So Scottsdale is a great place to be. It, I should say great. It's it's great if you're okay with the heat because it gets quite hot in Scottsdale. Like they say dry heat, but dry heat stops mattering once you reach 120 degrees. I'm sorry. Like we had last year Scottsdale had 90
days of above 110. 90 days. Just cooking. Like,
it gets so hot that like you can't even sit on your porch and just chill on your phone. It's that hot. Like it's wild how hot it gets out there. So if you can at least bear the heat, you'll be okay. So a little bit cheap on the cheaper side. If you're used to like East Coast prices, you'll go to Scottsdale and you'll be like, this is not too bad. It's not gonna be cheap, but you're like, not too bad. That it's gonna be that kind of situation. As I said, the salaries, yeah, the salaries are about this are pretty good relative to the cost of living. The taxes are actually not that bad. I believe there was when I was filing my taxes, they hit me with a 2.5 flat tax. I'm not giving you any tax advice, but compared to what like New York is taxing or what Cali is taxing, it's a huge difference. A 2.5% flat state tax. Hey, I'll take that any day compared to what New York and Cali and even Connecticut do to me. Like they really just be like raking in my check, man. They take a big old slice of that check and they keep it for themselves. Quality of life there. So safety and crimes. So Phoenix can be a little rough. It's a hot area, so there's a good amount of people who are homeless, and it's sad to see in Phoenix. But honestly, with the good weather, I've noticed comes a lot of homeless because it's really not that difficult to just be outside. So that happens in Phoenix. So you'll see that a lot in Phoenix, but they normally keep to themselves. I've had any issues where like they came up to me and bothering me or anything like that. Scottsdale, honestly, the Scottsdale homeless are like almost absent. Like I I could probably only think of like seeing like maybe one or two guys since I was in Scottsdale. There's not a lot. There's not a lot out there. Um, Healthcare. Uh, I mean, it's probably just like the rest of America. I just use the healthcare through my job, and I have good healthcare. So, hey, my healthcare was solid. I got everything I needed. The vibes there. So people there, I would say, are pretty friendly, very friendly. Because the thing with Scottsdale, Scottsdale has a very there's a lot of old money there, yes, like kind of like retiree vibe kind of situation. But there's also a lot of young people, a lot of yuppies, a lot of people who are in school. So because people are on the younger side, they're very open, very friendly, and they're cool to be around. I had a few people that I hung out with. I had a great time going to the bars. I would usually go to what's called Old Town Scottsdale, and Old Town Scottsdale just has like a loop of bars. I'm sure there's other places that the locals like that are like outside of Old Town Scottsdale. They're probably like Scottsdalian people are probably looking at this like, oh, he's such a tourist. Well, I mean, I was only there for like what, like 9 months. Okay. So I was, and it was hot. It was super duper hot for at least 6 of those 9 months. So like I only explored what I could, right? Um, so it's a lot. It gets hot. It stays hot. Honestly, it stays hot until like November, and then it'll be good from like until like um November until I would say like late March, like early March, really, like November to like early March. You'll have that good weather. You'll have that 70s, 80s, and it's doable. Um, Pace of life. Well, it's really chill there. It's really chill. There's a lot of golf courses and whatnot, and I I don't know what it is, but whenever I see palm trees, like it's just such a relaxing effect. And Scottsdale is covered in palm trees, and just the palm trees and the sand. And I know there's no beach per se, but it feels like a beach without a beach. So you just chill. As long as it's not hot, you're chilling. You're chilling, and it's cool. You chilling. You can when it's not super hot, you can chill on your patio. A lizard or something might walk by. I mean, might see a rattlesnake or two. No rattlesnakes. I'm kidding. I didn't see any rattlesnakes, but I did see lizards. Lizards are out there. There's quite a few out there, but it's chill. It's real chill. As far as making friends, um, you can make friends with people at your job and whatnot because like I said, there's a lot of young people there. Young people are always down to hang out. But if you were to just go out and try to meet people randomly, you just have to be a socialite. And I suppose a socialite survives anywhere. But if you're not really much of a socialite, just um don't expect like people to just like want to be your neighbors just want to be your friend for no reason. I mean, I'm sure it can happen again if you're social, but I found that most of my social stuff came from my coworkers wanting to go out, or like, I mean, meeting people online. There's that too. So yeah. I think that's about all I have to say about Scottsdale. I loved it out there. It had a lot of fun. My highlight had to be Old Town Scottsdale. I really like the setup. It was cool. If you do go there, go to um go to 50 Shades. 50 Shades of Rose, I believe it's called. 50 Shades of Rose. All right. And then there's another bar that's super cool, and it's called. There's Zips. Zips is chill. Oh, the Hot Chick. The Hot Chick is good. That's a fun bar. The Hot Chick is a fun bar if you want to meet like young people, college age. It's good. Boondocks is good for that too. If you want to go more upscale, you can go to what's called. Okay, it's called the Cottontail Lounge, right? The Cottontail Lounge is a very it's more on the upscale side for bars. It's pretty cool. I definitely say it's worth a visit. if you want to stop by somewhere and you kind of want to go on a date and whatnot. The cool thing about Cottontail Lounge, right, is it's it has a indoor portion, but there's also an outdoor portion, and the outdoor portion has like a pool and it has a bunch of lounge chairs, and it's super cool place. But yeah, that's oh yeah, last thing, the food. Yes, yes, yes. I almost forgot the food. So the food in Scottsdale is is it's okay. I'll say it's okay. What I found myself getting a lot of in Scottsdale was Asian food. I felt like their Asian food was pretty good. I went to this place called Pho Roll, PHO is pho, right? Pho Roll. I went there and I had their food most often, and it was solid. It got the job done. Besides that, you can go to Moxie's. Moxie's food is really good. Um, yeah, Moxie's was good. Pho Roll is good. And okay, it is called Call Her Martina. Call Her Martina. Yes, check that spot out. So Burrow, Call Her Martina, and Moxie's. My favorite places. Food overall, I wasn't. Oh, and Craft 64 for pizza. Craft 64 for pizza. Yes, sir. Drinks, you could go just about anywhere for drinks. I haven't had anywhere in Scottsdale where I was like, oh, these drinks suck. No, the drinks were good just about everywhere. All right. So that's gonna be my first video doing of this series. I'm gonna try to do at least one a week, maybe two if there's a lot of interest in them. I don't know, but it's gonna be my new thing for this channel. Check me out on Instagram, Jayvsamerica. If you want to see what I'm eating, you can check out bites and plates, bites.nplates on Instagram. All right. Well, I'll catch y'all later. Peace.